Very good. All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie audio experience with IFTV.
We're back.
We're back. We threw Antonio in the small chair this time. Everybody was commenting that I was too low, but you got to be there. Look, this is like Juventus in the table and AC Milan in the table. It's how it's supposed to be. No, it doesn't go any lower. It doesn't go any lower. So,
I feel like I've been punished over here on the low chair.
you have, even though Milan won, we're punishing you a little bit.
I'll take this punishment every time that AC Milan wins. So let's do that. Every time AC Milan wins, I sit on the low chair.
It sounds good. So you're never going to sit on the low chair again.
No, I don't. I sit on the low chair.
You guys did well this weekend. We had a very exciting weekend that we'll get into, but I do want to start off the show on a positive note, and I think it's a perfect thing to do. Giuseppe Rossi, we know that those allegations came out last week that something came up that there was doping in his system. It was proven today that it was a false report. Sometimes you eat something and it contaminates.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened. So he was very happy, and he put it's been 4 months as a nightmare, and finally we can move past it. So we always knew it. That's why we never posted anything about it. It was because we knew that Giuseppe Rossi.
He's a professional. We knew that he didn't do anything wrong. So this is just somebody that is trying to end his career, or is trying to badmouthing. Giuseppe Rossi has always been a professional.
We knew that he didn't do it. That's why we didn't talk about it.
Hey, we love you, Giuseppe.
So.
Pepe.
It is. He liked a bunch of our comments too. We posted to him, and so perfect.
We'd like to see you on the field real soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Even in AC Milan can use Giuseppe Rossi.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
Okay.
We'll take him. We'll take you. Definitely.
Your boy Borini. Borini this week. It came out that he played 9 out of the 11 positions on the field
In Milan this season.
in Milan.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, what are you gonna do? we still have Caldara that we haven't played in the on the Campionato.
Groin injury.
So groin injury?
Yeah.
Come on, he played on the national team, and then he played on the Coppa, and now he's got groin injury.
Your boy Gattuso's the one who said it, not me. Guys, where we want to start today? The Derby della Capitale was the first game, right?
Yeah.
That happened for everybody.
That was a good game.
3-1 win for Roma. Pellegrini, who came in for Pastore, a guy who scored 2 back heels this week. Pellegrini, who comes in for this year, Pellegrini, who comes in for him, scores a back heel. And Roma ended up winning the game 3-1. I was more impressed with Lazio, to be honest, throughout the match, but they couldn't convert their chances. Was I the only one?
I think the first half.
The first 20 minutes. Immobile had those two big shots, but on the left side that they hit the defenders back and whatever. But other than that, I think Di Francesco. You guys almost gave up on Di Francesco. Di Francesco might lose his job and all the stuff.
Antonio, I think you're the one that said he's gonna get signed.
If he would have lost this game,
I also said it. I'm with you, Peter.
I said that.
You said it too,
Roma,
right?
I said that Roma was going to win the game.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I said that I like Di Francesco. I think Di Francesco is a good coach.
I think he did an excellent job.
I think he's a smart guy. I think he knows how to talk. I think he communicates well with the players. And I knew that he was going to come out of it. And he had those 2 wins. People think that he's weak, but he's not weak.
Definitely, no. Roma, I think is going to take a little time to carburate a little bit, and then they're going to have a big win.
I like the Rossi that went and embraced the coach after the game. You see when he came out of the game, he went there and he hugged them.
Did you also like that Kolarov celebrated against his old team?
Anytime you celebrate.
I don't know. I'll never see eye to eye with you with this.
Anytime you celebrate,
I agree with you in a lot of things, but this thing I can't not agree with you.
I wanted to see Higuain scoring against Juventus and celebrate for 20 minutes.
Wait, in your dreams?
No, it might happen. Believe me. You watch.
It's funny because he scored in the same derby in I think 2008 or 2009. He did the same celebration for Lazio, and now he scores for Roma. Does the same celebration.
Yeah. He called it. He was saying before.
He must be the goalie's best friend because the goalie. What kind of wall did he put on?
Starkosha.
You can't get beat at your near post like that.
That was horrible.
On your post, but Colorado's got a.
He does.
Yeah, he has a crazy.
No, this is what I think what happened. This is what. Listen,
you tell us.
Okay,
Antonio, conspiracy
what happened. I
theories.
think Strakosha, he was almost certain that the guy would probably put the ball on his right. So what he did, he cheated a little bit on the position, and he was already just trying to go to the right side.
You're probably right.
And then boom, he put him right on the easy spot, because that's what the goalkeeper is supposed to cover. The part of the wall that is not it's not without obstruction. So what he did, he beat him right there.
And when you're that close too, it's hard for him to bend the ball over and
Right.
curl it inside the net. So you trust your wall a little bit more,
But watch the move of Kolarov when he's taking the free kick. If you look at it, the way he positioned himself, he actually positioned himself to make believe that he was taking the ball into the right of Strakosha. But then what he did, he just put it right on the left.
He's a good free kick. He's a specialist with this.
for sure.
Immobile scored his goal. I don't know. When I was watching the
what a
game,
mistake.
That was a
Fazio,
disgrace from Fazio. But
Yeah,
Fazio
well,
did a great job, Peter,
sleeping.
with a big header over there.
He scored, though, but it still doesn't make up for that defense right there.
Well.
Well,
So
it's good to see that he
he
didn't
gets
let it
scored,
bother him.
yeah.
he was
And
just
I
happy
mean,
that it wasn't Manolas. That's all he's saying. That wasn't Manolas, right? That wasn't
So
Manolas.
Immobile has got 4 goals.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I think,
we'll
right?
get check. We'll get check later.
Immobile
Who's that?
ran up to the curva
But
afterwards
listen,
too. and scored, which is
Piatek's
great.
got many goals so far.
This guy's
Beyond-
Guys,
Piontek.
let's do a pronunciation.
Piontek.
Peter, me and you were
Is he Polish,
pronouncing
this
this,
guy?
right?
Yes. Oh my God.
Piontek.
It's pronounced Piontek.
Piontek.
So it's like
Piontek.
an O and an N instead of the A replaces it.
And
And
then
actually means Friday in a Polish.
Really?
Yeah.
Piontek means Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Piontek.
Immobile has 4 goals.
Yeah.
Immobile, 8 goals in 7 matches. In all competitions, he's got 12 goals in 8 matches because he scored 4 in the Coppa Italia. I remember we spoke about him even in August. I remember I brought him up when he scored against Lecce, those 4 goals. It is
He's
so
on-
hard to do what he did, and he's the top goal scorer in Europe right now.
In Europe,
Piontek.
guys.
In Europe.
In Europe.
Yeah,
Not even
Piontek.
in Italy,
Piontek.
in Europe.
Piontek.
In Europe. So, and this kid has a hunger for the goal like I've never seen. Like, he gets the ball and he's just got his eyes. Like, there was one time, I think it was last week when he scored, or his first goal this week. His winger was going down on the left side for Genoa, and he was screaming for the ball. When you're playing with
It
that
was
much
last game,
confidence,
it was last
all
game.
you want is just that ball to come to. Even at the top of the box, you beat your man,
Oh, yeah,
puts it
so-
in the bottom corner. And Gazzetta, I don't know if you guys saw, they described him, and they said he's got the instinct of Inzaghi and the spirit of Milito. That was before he scored.
That's some scary stuff for a striker,
We're
huh?
going a little bit too far with this thing.
You
here.
never know. You
let
never know.
Let me take it one step further. Their president said, "I paid $4.5 million for him. Just watch what you see. I sell him for." So he's already.
You saw Mark. You said they saw him play one game and they signed him immediately.
He said, "I
right?
watched him one time and I knew that."
Guys,
Listen to
this
this.
a new
No,
star,
no,
When he
guys.
got to AC Milan,
Wait,
I'm wanting a jersey.
This
I'm
is
wanting
what-
a jersey.
See, this is what's the problem in this little group over here. You guys immediately are ready to jump on the bandwagon.
It's exciting stuff over
Let
here.
me tell you what they're gonna do with this guy here.
Okay, I wanna
They're
hear
gonna
this.
watch the tape. They're gonna just figure this guy here out, and then they're gonna play him the right way. This guy here is not gonna be scoring as many goals as you think he's gonna be scoring.
But
So-
even 8 goals in your first
That's
season, in
incredible.
Serie A
Right,
is
so
very
he
good.
because he was flying under the radar. Now
I disagree.
everybody,
Yeah, I agree with you.
let me tell you something.
Not-
Everybody, they're gonna get a very smart goggle on. They're gonna starting to look at it, and I said, okay, enough is enough. And that's
Guys,
it,
the
yes.
real test next
Like
week, they
Davids?
play against Juventus.
Guys,
Genoa
wait,
play against
it's-
Juventus.
It's
We're
good
gonna see
because
if they can
listen,
score.
now it's not that we're talking at a restaurant and then in 2 weeks when he scores against
We have this
anybody
recorded.
big, you say no, Peter, it was you that said he wasn't gonna do good. This is on record now.
It's on record, so I listen. The only good things that we have, we didn't play this guy here, not knowing that how good he is, quote unquote.
Oh.
But AC Milan, we have a game that we didn't play against Genova, so
So
now
let's
we have
see.
enough time to review the tapes and to put a nice to measure his moves and stop him. That's all.
Let's go to Milan. 4-1
what a
against
win.
Sassuolo. A Sassuolo who is on an incredible form. Coming into this match, they had the most goals scored in Serie A, even more than Juventus, more than Napoli, more than all the amazing attacks that we talked to. Sassuolo, De Zerbi Sassuolo, were really flying high. But I feel like they didn't really show up against
No,
Milan.
that's not true.
And at maybe the first 45 minutes,
Yes.
they were there, but the second half was dead.
They took a lot of
They had
shots.
no
They
gas.
took a lot of
They had no
shots.
gas.
Yeah, I know.
There was no gas in their legs.
But I can't believe it that you brought it up. I can't believe that we have a player of this caliber here that has been asked to go to play in Barcelona. You know what I'm talking about? It's the forward.
Suso?
No, not AC Milan. The
Berardi?
Sassuolo. Berardi.
Sassuolo.
I
He got
don't
called by
understand.
Barcelona.
Yeah, Berardi.
Where are you
Who
listening
told
to
you
this
this?
It
from?
was on the paper the other day.
What
Tutto
paper?
Sport.
No, Corriere. Berardi.
Whoa.
Barcelona was looking for Berardi.
You gotta send me a link.
And let me tell you something. This
Okay.
guy here is got game. This guy's got game. I know that Di Francesco wanted this kid here to play in Roma.
You know he's an Inter fan?
He's an
Berardi.
Inter fan. Oh, I don't like him
who else?
anymore.
Who else is an Inter fan
I
that he
don't like
loves?
him anymore. I don't like him anymore.
Pirlo?
Pirlo.
Who else?
I don't
Fan
think
Antonio.
so.
Casano.
Cassano also.
But anyway,
fine.
listen. Enough of this baloney.
Yo, stop playing with this. You're gonna make too much noise.
Berardi, I think is a player that deserves a big stage.
Well, he has to still prove himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
He has proved himself for
I
so
don't think
long.
he has.
No, he's been injured for the past 2 years that he hasn't had a real consistent season. So this year he's finally been able to score a couple of goals. Sassuolo's playing well. This was, a lackluster performance, but Milan proved themselves. They needed this win.
They needed it.
after really bad results. Shows that Gattuso still has the team under him, and I think Cassi.
Oh my, what a
Okay,
player!
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What he ran the whole field.
Yeah,
70
I mean,
meters? 70?
Something
right?
and missing Higuain.
Mm.
They were able to
Cutrone.
find Cutrone,
Mostly.
able to find somebody else to score. I think Suso's fantastic left foot. He's just a little inconsistent every
Yeah.
once in a while, but when he's on, he's on. So
Can we go back to Berardi one more time? I would like to
Yeah.
ask you a question and you a question. Did you see his ball handling, Gaetano? This guy here, he's got really skills on the way he handles the ball.
We're talking about Milan. You love
The
this
confidence that this guy here have, I mean, it's unbelievable. I
don't
like to
believe
just
in him.
make
Why
a
don't
phone
you
call
go
to Gattuso.
Gattuso and
I'm
tell him
telling you, I'm
to
going to
buy
call him.
it?
I said, hey, Rino,
Gattuso-
I want this guy here, I mean, to bring him back
Forget
to
about
Milan.
Barcelona.
Gattuso's not answering any of his phones. He's scared that there might be a call from upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
They got
They
one
said, hey,
call.
this is your last minute.
They got Conte on one phone and they got Gattuso on the other.
It's
just
not
in
going to
case.
happen.
Listen, they
It's
put the
not
phone
gonna
down now because you beat
happen.
Sassuolo.
We're not like Juventus that takes the phone call and tells
Oh.
Marotta, hey, you suck.
That was a good
Oh
one.
boy.
That was a good one.
Oh, boy.
That's a good one. No, but let's talk about Milan just a little bit more. Actually, about Sassuolo, because we were talking about this too before you came. De Zerbi for Sassuolo. They were talking to Boateng, and obviously Boateng's a huge signing for a club like Sassuolo. And we were saying how Sassuolo invested in a lot of good players. And they asked Boateng, why did you go to Sassuolo? Out of all the teams that you had an opportunity to go with, it seems like, maybe a strange choice. And he said that De Zerbi non-stop was calling him. He said, and also above how much he wanted me to play for him, he told me at Sassuolo we play attacking football, and it's football that you will love. And he said, I saw a modern football with this kid, with this coach De Zerbi, and that he's one of the future coaches that's going to be very good. May not have proved himself against Milan this week, but still another bright spot. And also Boateng, he even posted online that Kessie is a beast, and I think that we saw a lot from Kessie in this match. Right?
3 or 4 contrasts. I see those people that were bouncing off him. I mean, this guy here didn't even move.
He's a
It's
tank.
like a piece of concrete.
He's a physical presence, but then also when he's able to score goals like that,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
could even
it's
give
great.
that 9-goal sense when he was with Roma. If he could get 10 goals,
What a beautiful goal from Suso. Wow,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
a
that was
great
great.
goal. And, I think they were a little bit worried that Higuain was not there this week and they were not going to score. And
They didn't have a pure
yeah.
striker.
Cutrone was
Yeah.
mostly
Borini
out
was out, Cutrone was out, Higuain was out, so they
And
played a false
scored,
nine.
they scored 4
scored
goals.
four goals.
Castillejo also.
But,
We
yeah,
gotta give a
Castille-
shout out to him.
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
scored
he
too.
scored, but
His first
what
game.
a player. This
Suso.
guy Suso is.
Yeah. Yeah, Suso was really good.
I'm actually surprised that Milan cut the game really early. They scored 4 goals, and against Sassuolo, that always gives the bigger teams problems. Gattuso actually put his foot down and got the job done. So, congrats to him because he was on the hot seat too the past couple of weeks.
It was not on
Yes,
time.
He was.
He was definitely.
Are you
Listen,
crazy?
To give a little bright spot, let's see who agrees. I need a agree or disagree from all of you. Boateng after the match said, if Milan play like this every game, they will go on and could win the Scudetto.
Oh boy.
Agree or disagree, Peter?
disagree.
Michael.
I want to say agree, but I can't.
Disagree.
Agree.
What else should I expect from you?
He's the truth. Look at the way they play. Look at the way they play.
You thought it was that impressive?
I think Donnarumma was, I think, still right now, I think he's proving himself game after game. That it's one of this guy here can just turn the game on or off for any
You
team.
wanted to sell him last year.
No, but hey, I didn't want to sell him.
Yes, you did.
No, all the
You
rumors
told me
were-
give him to Juventus. I don't even want him.
all the rumors were that he was not happy. I mean, if you're gonna be
Okay.
in a place that you're not happy, then
Okay,
you
that's
should
fair.
be leaving. But I will just not sell this guy here to any team in Europe, especially Manchester United or
Real Madrid.
Or Real Madrid. No, I said if he's gonna stay, let him be in Italy. That's all.
Since we talk a little bit about Milan, Andre Silva too. I got to bring him up for a second. In Spain, they played against Real Madrid last week. 20 minutes into the match, he scored 2 goals against Real Madrid. This guy, it took him 24 games to score 2 goals in Serie A. I think he also scored this weekend too again.
He did. He scored 1.
And he
Right.
scored against Italy too.
Yeah,
That's
he
when we
scored
lost too, with Portugal, Italy, 1-0.
We don't have to mention
He's
that
the
one,
that
though,
scored.
You're right.
Well,
So, but hey,
he's
let
on
me
loan,
remind
huh?
you of something. It's on loan, okay?
Yeah,
it's
he's
on
on
loan. So we will see. We will see. You know, I think this guy here, he couldn't take the pressure of San Siro. San Siro is not a.
Listen, it's not
It's
necessarily a bad idea. Inter, when they had Coutinho, they
Yeah.
sent him to Espanyol to let him grow. Yes, Andre Silva is a little bit older than Coutinho
Mhm.
at that time, but Coutinho turned out to be a great player. Inter
Just
messed
not
up.
at Inter.
Yeah, Inter messed up.
Inter messed up with all the great players. So
Oh
he
my
messed up with
God.
Pirlo. He messed up
Who
with a
else?
lot of good
Who else?
players.
Who else?
Listen, Milan
Uh,
has the same amount of players that they messed up on.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
think so. So maybe name them.
Pirlo?
What are they?
You
No.
said Pirlo to him.
Pirlo,
Pirlo to
well-
you.
Yeah, but Pirlo, we kept him for the longest time. Then we
There's
trashed him to
always-
Juventus. I said, okay, let me
You know,
Tries
there's
to
always-
win how many titles in a row?
Yeah, let them
Yeah.
win another 2-3 Scudetto, then nobody cares.
Yeah. But I mean,
How many
Oh.
Champions League did he win with Juventus?
You don't-
Pirlo?
you don't
None.
care.
How many Champions League did he win with Juventus? 0.
None.
That's why I was crying when he left.
It's true. It's true.
You remember that? You
It's
remember
the
when they
truth.
lost the final? He was crying.
It was.
He was crying.
It's the truth. It's the
Oh,
truth.
because
But he also won the Scudetto
it was
while
a-
Milan was watching on TV in the final too.
It doesn't matter, but hey, nothing
for you.
personal, Andrea. I love you. I mean, you play for AC Milan. You won everything that you had to win on AC Milan. I mean, he did everything that he won. That the highest achievement was when he was with AC Milan, and hands down.
True.
So then
oh, he was
you
in
know,
his prime.
yeah.
Yeah.
When he was with Juventus already older.
He was
That's all.
declining.
Let's go on to the big match that we're all waiting to talk about. Juventus, Napoli, 3-1 win for
Oh my
Juventus.
gosh,
And a
what a
match where
game.
yesterday Michael and I did a little review, and I was pretty harsh. Even though Napoli they scored first, Mertens after a mistake from your favorite player
Bonucci.
Bonucci.
Ex-Milan captain.
Honestly, to me, after that, besides that one mistake, I thought Juventus were almost perfect. Besides all the opportunities that they missed, and it almost looked like an exhibition match against Napoli. It was not.
Come
It
on.
was very Juventus one-sided. That's what I think.
I think Marco's a
Yes.
little strong on that.
I don't
too.
think it's strong. If Juventus put all their opportunities, that could have been.
Callejon could have
Or
equalized it at
Napoli.
Kind of
Chance.
hard. Yeah, it's true, but
yeah,
it didn't.
chances.
I don't know. What
Okay,
you guys
yo,
think?
look.
I already said my thoughts on
Mandzukic,
that.
it hit off the post. It came Mandzukic right there. There was a tap in.
And?
What was the other? Mandzukic, another open header right there. Whatever, you've had a chance. I'm not gonna say that
If
guy.
Carnesis was in goal, it would have been 5-1.
No, definitely not. First of all, Ospina, he couldn't really do anything. I was a little harsh on him.
I was
but
not happy with Napoli.
I expected more from Ancelotti.
I expected much more. All I had was Michael in my corner saying, Ancelotti's going to pull this through. Ancelotti's going to save it. Ancelotti's going to go on the field and score 5 goals. Like, what do you want from Ancelotti? What's he supposed to do?
He's a top coach. I didn't think they would score a goal other than they just fall dramatic like that. That's like an inexperienced coach. Something that happened to.
I didn't watch the game.
Oh,
He wasn't
No, he
wasn't
didn't do
playing good
anything.
at all.
He didn't do
Did he
anything?
play?
No.
Did he play?
He
Did he
wasn't
play in
playing good.
senior?
No, he played,
he
but
was
I'm saying,
playing,
did he
but
play?
He wasn't playing.
But the thing is,
yeah.
I think it's a little harsh too to say, "Oh, Napoli didn't play." I mean, the first half they kind of like once they scored that one goal, they try to I don't know why
They came back.
They,
They,
just were letting
yeah.
Juventus
They started off
dominate and stuff
perfectly.
like
Yeah,
that.
It went
Napoli,
perfect.
Napoli started pretty good, and they
Yeah.
also hit the goal post right after that.
That's right, Zielinski.
Yeah,
good
Zielinski's
point, Marco.
very
You
good.
didn't say that.
I
But,
know. I'm saying after that, it was.
But Juventus played very well. They did everything that they had to do. Ancelotti complained at the end of the game about the yellow cards and the red cards, but I mean, Juventus played much better.
Yeah,
They
but
were
also
superior.
Allegri even said it was Ronaldo's probably the best game that
Yeah.
he played all
Yeah,
season.
yeah. He was
So,
very
I mean,
involved.
Involved
Just
in 3 goals.
the players that Juventus have,
No, it's.
they're a well-oiled machine. Look
Really?
at the left back and right back. Hizai, Mario Rui versus Ronaldo, Dybala, Mandzukic. I mean,
No.
there's not really that much of.
Juventus has got 20 players,
Oh.
and whoever you put in, you can put to the other team, and you can
Yeah.
change
That's
5,
true.
6 players, and they're just as good.
But even with all that, like you said, Callejon had the chance to get the 2-2. 1-1 with Szczesny.
It could have been a
and he wasn't
completely
able to.
different game.
Then the red card really
Yeah.
influenced the game afterwards. And now you're
Exactly.
playing with 10 men with
Was that a
20.
real red card, or
20.
could have been something that
I
could
mean,
have
it was
been
2
just for a
yellows. Let's be for real here.
It was a
It
second
was,
yellow,
it
was a
was.
straight
It
red.
was, no,
Second
second
yellow,
yellow.
second
It
yellow.
was a
They
stupid
were-
foul.
Yeah, but there were 2 yellow cards.
Yeah, it was 2 yellow.
What Ancelotti was complaining was with the Chiellini.
Did this
Your Bonucci.
handball and-
There was a handball and his arm was out. He says, "Well, why wasn't that a yellow card?"
Yeah.
And then Bonucci, the head, he went close to Alan But then Alon threw himself on the floor, so one of them got a
Yeah,
yellow.
that was-
You know, my friend Ludovico, this is the first thing that I told him. I was making fun of him. I said, "Hey, what happened with the game? I heard that you guys did a good job in Torino." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, they threw Mario Rui out. I don't think it was a red card." I said, but then somebody else asked him. I don't know if it was Silvio. They said, "Hey, well, what happened with? Was that a red card?" He said, "Masucci's a big Napoli fan." He said, "To me, it was 30% yes." 70% no.
Okay, but the thing is, to go into if it was a red card, if it was not a red card,
Yeah,
the
you
football
can't
that
do
was
that.
that was
That's
on,
true.
it was not even questionable to me how the big difference. I really thought that Napoli were going to come out, and I thought it was going to be a game until the end, like we saw when they came in May or in April for the Scudetto race, where
Sarri.
Koulibaly came in. That was a team that was hungry and did not stop pressuring Juventus and Torino for 90 minutes.
Yeah, those two
that
different
was that
teams.
team.
That was
This
two
team
different
did not do
teams.
that, and they started off perfectly.
Yeah, but
they
they-
started the match off perfectly, and they sat back.
They died
But
down.
there's a different mentality there. Napoli goes into Juventus last year, needing to win to be able to get into a
But you
Scudetto
should
race
think
with
that you
3
need
games.
to win for this
Well, I mean,
match.
yeah, but you can,
Not as much
psychology-
pressure to-
Yeah,
yeah.
psychology.
I get what
works-
you're saying, but
Doesn't work
still.
that way.
I
It's
wasn't.
still
I'll say I
early
wasn't
enough to say.
impressed. I wasn't impressed with Ancelotti, and I wasn't impressed with.
Listen,
Napoli.
they still, they're still in it in a sense. They're a second place team. They've been playing pretty well. To lose against Juventus is not the end of the world because Juventus as a team is so much stronger than everyone else right now. They've won
True.
7 straight. It's a record for Allegri. So I mean,
They're 100% right now. They've
cannot-
won every
yeah,
game that
wow.
they've
The
played.
most informed team in Europe.
No
Yeah,
other
we-
team in Europe has done that.
So
Right now,
being
right
being
now.
100%, I guess you're going to
Wait.
win every single game, right, Peter? And
Wait,
they're going
Peter
to
was
end up winning the
finishing,
Champions
sorry.
League, right, Peter? They're going to win the Champions League, right? They're
Champions League's a whole
100%.
new- Champions League's a whole new
What were you
thing.
gonna say? What were you saying?
No, I was just like, you can't think of it as like, Napoli is a big failure. I think they're still one of the better teams in the league. Certain times, soccer, like in most sports, it's all about the details. It's always about
The fine
chances,
details,
right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
if somebody misses a chance and someone makes a chance, changes the whole outcome of a game. So I mean, they were
I
in
agree.
it. It was only 2-1. Callejon misses that.
But
he
did they
scores
make?
it, something
Did
like
they
that.
really make any chances
Yeah,
after?
but sometimes you can play
But
poorly
all you
and
need is
still
one chance.
get
Even
away
if you're
with
having a bad
with
game, what do you
with
can't
a
just
tie
be
or
like
something.
that.
I thought
you
that
know?
it was a Juventus.
Yeah.
Just they missed like a lot of their chances too.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there's
know.
games where, like, say for example, Juventus versus Frosinone, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they dominated the game, but did they do anything
No,
crazy
sure.
to?
Yeah, exactly. It's a
And
fine
then they were able
details
to
at the end.
find the
That's
goal,
what it
1-0.
is.
They didn't tie that game. That's the difference between a top team and middle of the table team or a team that doesn't have the Scudetto ambition.
take your
Everybody's got
chances.
a
You're
different
able to
perspective.
win
I had a
when
different
when your team
perspective.
is playing poorly.
So after the
I-
game, actually, they interviewed Ancelotti, and there was some chants against Ancelotti, and Ancelotti responded, "Juve fans chanting against me. I'll just comfort myself by looking at the 2003
So that one?
Champions League trophy when his
Oh,
Milan
yeah.
beat Juventus
Oh,
in the
yeah.
final." So he got a little jab at the end. He got a little mad, and he said that.
They're chanting your name against you.
You see
I
his
know,
eyebrow?
that's true.
Yeah.
When he was thinking
That
about
thing
that.
raised off the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts.
Look at that against us.
That hurts. Thanks, Carletto.
In other news, I think also Cancelo's a guy that Allegri's been talking to. Peter's over there mad as an Inter fan.
The better Portuguese
That's another one
player.
that I forgot. Cancelo. You let Cancelo go.
We didn't let him go.
He had no
Financial
money.
fair play.
No money.
You see,
That's not our fault.
Juventus took it basically.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. We stole him, right?
So you're telling me that you guys do not have enough money to keep Cancelo?
Because of the books, financial fair
Yeah, they
play.
had to
We wouldn't
balance
be
it
able to
out.
play Champions League. We had to balance that. We can't have a certain amount of.
They could have
millions
signed
of
him after
dollars
like a month,
before.
but he was
but
already.
then the thing is, Valencia needed the money before August. They were in the same position as
And
Inter.
I think
If you
Juve
ever come
was
to me, I will find somebody for you.
You would pay to finance for Inter.
Absolutely. I know a few people that will make the deal.
But what I was gonna say is Allegri. He said this week that he thinks that Cancelo has all the qualities to become the best right back in the world, and he said he just needs to tinker with a few things. Obviously, defensively, which I think he has improved even since joining, since watching him. Defensively, he's been better. But I don't know who was talking about this. Somebody was talking about how in Europe, these terzini who go up and are more attacking are so crucial. And it's been a point where Juventus have lacked. Even with Lichtsteiner, he was much more of a defensive kind of player. With Dani Alves, obviously it didn't work out for many reasons. And then De Sciglio, another defensive player. But Cancelo is that player that will go over on the wings and always send that ball in. And we've seen it already this season. Cancelo's incredible.
But it's so interesting that because they have Alexander on the other side. They have both their right back and left back going up and down the field, and you would think that Juventus was gonna get some goals against them, and it turns out they have one of the best defenses in Serie A. We knew this already, but that's Allegri really, because it's defensively as a team, as a unit. You don't agree with me, but as a team, Juventus defends well. They're able to recuperate the balls in the midfield. Then they don't let it break down.
What you said about the midfield, real quick, he gets criticized because the midfield's more defensive, but maybe it's like what you said. Emre Can and Pjanic and Matuidi, you got guys that stay back. They don't go up as much, so you substitute them.
That's true.
Everybody runs. I mean, even Ronaldo runs.
Yeah.
Some players, this is not, in the old times where the forward used to just forward and then never defend. Now everybody's got to defend. Even the forwards. I mean, look at
Mandzukic is on the penalty box all the time.
Mandzukic, the guy when he played in the left side, he played left fullback too.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy used to go up and down, but this is the way you play in 2018. You have to go up and down. And then you have a fighter like Matuidi, and he fights in the middle of the field. And when they go wide with Alexandro, Matuidi stays behind them, so they cover each other on the right side with Emre-Can, and he's got a very good balance. But the point is that the forwards, you have to defend and you have to run.
This is one of as a Juve fan or watching Juve over the past 7 years. I don't think that there's been a confidence in the air about a Juventus team like there is this season. I would say the first year, okay, you make your face, Antonio, but I'm just going to say from my perspective, the only other year that I felt that Juventus are just not going to lose that game was in the first season where Conte went undefeated, where there was a lot of ties. But this one, there's just so much quality in every position that no matter who he puts in or who he puts out, there's quality, and then they work really hard too. And there's a cohesiveness that I'm just saying, I haven't seen a confidence like this from a Juventus team in Europe and in.
I think you're setting yourself up for some big disappointment. I'll tell you the reasons why. Do you see what Spalletti did in the beginning? I said, now we have the bicycle.
You say this every episode.
No, let me tell you. No, I'm telling you, Spalletti was too overconfident before the Campionato even started.
Okay, you're saying what I'm saying is going to dictate what happens to Juve.
No,
you're comparing Spalletti, a coach, to what I'm saying.
The way you're talking, that's the way a lot of Juventini they're talking right now. The first big bump on the road that you're going to find, then everything is going to start to just crumble down. It's going to start to crumble down. I hope it does not happen for the Champions League portion of the dream of Juventus. But I think you don't have locked up anything so far. Winning in the Italian Championship. And you didn't win that great. I mean, except for the Napoli game and all the stuff. You're not impressing anybody right now on the field. The game, the way that Juventus play, it's just a hard game. They have a tough player in every position.
You tell me when they impress you.
Well, so far they haven't impressed me. I didn't watch the game against Napoli. They haven't impressed me. I wanted to see them facing some top team in Europe.
Napoli's not a top team.
In Europe, no, Napoli. AC Milan almost won against Napoli too. Napoli's not.
You're saying AC Milan's not a top team?
It is a top team, but we were not prepared yet. I'm trying to tell you that the bumps are waiting for Juventus. So let's see how good you are.
Who they versed so far?
Nothing, nobody, except for Napoli.
But it doesn't even matter. Look, a few seasons ago, Juve
they played better against Napoli.
Juve were so inconsistent in the beginning. Didn't they lose to Udinese the first game, and then they tied their other 2 games, and then they lost again? They got like 1 win.
They always start off the season
very shaky.
Usually,
and then they start getting better. But now in the beginning, they already started off 100% record in every game, which is kind of crazy.
They could, if they win the next match, they're at 8 wins in all competitions. If they win today. Against Young Boys, they'll dominate as 9 wins in a row, which is the best
ever start for Juventus in their history.
If you don't count Capello's, You want to get the thing real quick? Also, if they win the next 5 games, which I have what it is. I'll check it after. They would equal the best ever, which was I think Bayern Munich, who won 11 in a row, 100%.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts to think about. But anyway, I think actually we'll save the Marotta talk and we'll save the other talk for a little bit after. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, the only other thing. What other games do we have to comment on? Fiorentina.
Oh, we gotta talk
Fiorentina.
about
Let's
Fiorentina.
talk about Chiesa diving.
I said
That's an interesting. I mean, I can't believe it. A player of that caliber. His father was. It was just
A
a
legend.
professional.
Yeah.
He was just a. He was a pure striker. He was a gentleman of the game. He
This
was
is
like.
gonna get
He was the maestro of the game. I see his son right now, and this is a kid that is going to be playing for the Italian national team for the next 10, 15 years. You don't want to start your
It's an
career by
embarrassing
just
to
starting
see that,
do
to be
things
honest.
like that. So-
Antonio, let me ask you a question. Does that deserve a ban, a one-match ban, to show them like you
One
can't
match?
be doing that?
No, but a little scolding,
I was
a little scolding by.
That's it, just slap on
What's
the
a
wrist.
scolding?
I mean,
Not talking, you mean this guy?
maybe a
Into the
fine.
locker room
I will
and-
fine him.
Fine's not big enough. You need to show him you can't play a game or two and be like, that's not right. That's what I think. He's 20 years old. He's a new generation that are doing this.
Yeah, but this is young generation. They have to play first. They have to learn how to play the game, and then
Chiesa knows how to play the game.
okay. So I don't know about that.
Listen,
It's too young. He's too young.
Let's not make him, a martyr or anything like that.
No, but,
I mean, there's so many players that have dived in the past.
I know,
it's not
but
a new
still.
thing that's
We've
happening.
said it. We've
So, I
called
mean-
everybody. Cutrone
I mean,
did it with the
yeah.
hand. There's many
Listen,
players.
it's part of the
I'm just
game.
bringing up an
Unf-
example. Relax.
It's
Cutrone didn't
part
dive.
of,
He
it's
threw it with his hand.
part of the game.
still cheating.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we want to take it out as much as possible, but sometimes, especially strikers, for some reason, they always want to get the penalty or try to get the foul or stuff like that. You have to hold the referees accountable, but referees can't see everything. That's why the VAR is supposed to be in place. But as we've seen, there's real confusion because I think
unacceptable.
that call right there has to be made. Has to say, listen, Chiesa was starting to fall before anyone even touched him. If the player on Atalanta even touched him, and how come there's not even a call?
But he didn't even push him. He just put the hands
That's what I'm
on.
saying.
So
So that I think that is a clear, obstruction of a penalty.
Peter,
And-
you remember this summer we were criticizing Neymar about his
Yes,
exactly.
falling apart.
Yes.
Trying to all of this faking.
What
you hit me and all
what
the
I
stuff.
didn't understand is why didn't the referee go and look at it? I mean, somebody must have told them, "Hey, go check it out." That's why you have the VAR. I mean, you have this technology to help you in cases like this. But I feel like that they are going backwards and they're going back to the discretion of the referee when you can be more objective by using the technology.
Gaetano,
So-
don't you agree with me all the time that I said that the referee should be the last person to make a call when something is very questionable? It should be somebody up there that said, hey, by the way, this is what we saw, and this is what I think the play demands. It's either yes or not, or penalty or not penalty.
I've explained it to you. This is at the discretion of the referee.
But that's wrong.
So the referee
It is wrong.
No,
If
the
it's
referee's supposed to be unbiased, not
Right.
supposed to.
But
But
how do you know
I
that he's
think- I
unbiased?
think
He's
that we're
supposed
going
to.
back.
You just said it. He's supposed to be
Yeah, but how do
unbiased.
you know the person up top is not biased? then?
Yeah, but we're not having one person on top of there. We have 5. If you put 5 over there, 3 out of 5 cannot be unbiased. Maybe 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5.
Unless they're all like you.
No.
Then we'd be all screwed. Neither will get every penalty.
See, Peter, that's what they do in other sports. They leave a group of 4 or 5 people
Like
deciding.
Gaetano.
That's why the referee never gets to decide on football, in tennis.
God.
in all
Gaetano,
those
Gaetano, what do
games.
you
This is
think?
the same
End him.
discussion.
End him.
Yeah.
It's the
And
same
where's your
discussion.
button? And we are at the same point.
Where's your button?
Listen, we are at the same point, the same discussion, because those things keep happening because of the referees.
When it's black and white, then they call him from upstairs and they say to him, "Hey, that was offside." There's no discussion because it's a black and white. When the ball went in, who was the ball went in
Yeah.
and
And Biraghi when he scored a free kick. Biraghi,
Yeah.
he scored the free kick.
yeah, in the
goal.
last play of the game, right?
Yeah.
The goalkeeper went inside, went like this, and the ball was inside.
Yeah.
The referee did not call it, But he checked his watch. It's the ball is inside. There's no discussion.
That's an easier call to make.
That's because the ball went over the line. That's easy. The penalty, it's at the discretion of the referee. The VAR, you can look at it so many times, but if the referee says, "Hey, I was right there, he pushed me from behind," it's a penalty. What is the guy up there going to say? There's nothing he can say because it's at the discretion. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but I don't like that because the guy upstairs should say, "I would check it again because you missed the call."
You probably missed it.
Sometimes they do that. They have done that many times. Go check it. You know, when there was like a handball last week, and the referee did not see it, the guy goes,
the Inter game.
Yeah, you want to? Why don't you go check? Maybe you missed something. So he did go check.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would be interesting to hear what the discussion was between.
If only we could hear what
some
they
more
were talking
what
about.
was the
More
discussion between
transparency.
upstairs and him?
We were watching an MLS game, and I'm pretty sure it was MLS. It could have been something else.
Maybe NFL.
No, it wasn't. We
No.
didn't watch that. It was a game. It was a football match. I think it was MLS, and you could hear the referee, and he was talking to the guy, and he goes, "Definitely, right? Yes, absolutely. It was there." And it's nice. The thing
It's
is,
clarity.
you say to the people over here that are behind, you say, "Okay, listen, they saw it, they looked at it.
Right.
We know that this is what they're calling. It's not up in the air, and we're here questioning, did he call this, did he call that?" Because now people are going to Chiesa, and they're going back to what happened with the Inter match, and everybody keeps saying, his fights with Asamoah, where Asamoah afterwards said that Chiesa, he complains too much, and everybody's saying, "Oh, Chiesa was complaining too much, Chiesa was complaining too much." Then the next week, he does this. It looks bad on everybody, number one. It looks bad on everybody. It looks bad on the referees. It looks bad on our league, and it looks bad on the player.
Last week they did go, and we heard what the communication was between the people, the referees on the VAR, and the referee. They made us listen. So they need to improve.
Marco, do you guys watch football once in a while?
No.
No,
Okay,
not
but
really.
they make on important calls. The manager throws a flag, red flags on the
Challenge.
Serie. I want to challenge the
Does he?
call. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, he takes the flag, boom, on the field. I challenge the call. They go back over there. The referee they step back. They turn the mic off. They look at it. Not the ref. Everybody looks at the game except the ref. Once they finish checking, put the mic on. They tell the ref, I said, "Hey, by the way, the coach was right. You guys are wrong." Then they tell the ref, just put the mic back on, and then on live time in front of everybody. And they said the challenge was right.
Yeah.
So this is not a penalty, or it is a penalty. This is what, being fair. That's what
We might have mentioned this once or twice before,
Okay.
but I think that we agree with
Only
you.
once or twice?
We agree with
You
you.
better agree with me. I cannot be wrong.
I
Never
think,
wrong.
I think
Remember
my dad
that.
said something also last week about why the challenges don't work, but whatever. At the end of the day, it was bad. It was a bad look on everybody, and I think when we have the VAR, a call that's that blatant, sometimes we get mad about very, close calls, very minor details that are even tough when watching a replay. Did it hit his arm? What was the handball last week that we were discussing? Might have hit his nail or not? It was in the Inter game.
In
So,
yeah, that's right.
But this one was beyond that because it was extremely blatant.
He decided a game. The penalty decided a game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's not little. You're telling me that's little?
No. I don't mean I mean that the call is more difficult, and this one
Yeah.
could have been
It's
a lot more
blatant.
obvious.
Yeah, it's more blatant.
More blatant. Let's go. Let's move on,
Talk
and we'll talk about what.
Inter?
Oh yeah! Wow! What a team!
Third win in a row.
Wow.
I
Not
almost
bad.
forgot.
Spalletti's flying
Of the
high.
year.
am I
I
right?
didn't know
Who scored the first goal in Serie A?
Lautaro Martinez.
Grande.
Wow.
El Toro,
Toro.
right? El Toro.
I'm so impressed. I'm telling you. Didn't I
Listen.
tell you the beginning of the Campionato you're going to win the triplete, Peter? You're on the right
not
track
good,
right now.
over.
I'm telling you.
So guys, just
We
for
had-
explanation, this is Antonio jinxing. So, sorry,
Mourinho
buddy,
mind
Having a
game.
shoo-shoo.
Oh, we have to talk about
It was a complete turnover for Inter. D'Albert starting. He actually had one of the better games that he's had in the Inter shirt. Made the assist to Lautaro Martinez. Borja Valero, Gagliardini in the midfield, and Candreva, Lautaro Martinez in place of Icardi.
Maurito.
In preparation for Champions League game, I guess. But actually, Inter played pretty well. They score the goal, the 12th minute. Lautaro Martinez, you can tell he's got a real knack for the goal.
First
His
Serie A
movement,
goal, right?
Yeah, first Serie A goal.
On his first shot too.
First shot, good
First shot
call.
of the game.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
he's gotta hate, right?
I know. Anyway.
But I mean, yeah, it's so important just to be able to win games in a row, especially in a time where you have Champions League in the midst. These are important games. Usually, a lot of teams slip up before a Champions League game because you have your mind already on something else. We saw the VAR actually came in handy. Desena scored a clear goal, handball, and they called it back. And then Inter was able to score another goal in the 92nd minute, I think.
Some
89
Politano. Was it
89th minute,
Politano?
Yeah. I thought it was a golazo.
Deflection,
It was a
slight deflection.
but-
He was like, "How great was it? It was a deflection." Like, come on.
I didn't understand the guy that scored with the hand.
Yeah,
They took it back.
he started complaining.
He went crazy.
Desena,
the captain.
The
Yeah, he
captain.
went
captain of
crazy.
Cagliari,
But
right?
hello, you score with the hand.
Yeah.
He was screaming back at them, right?
Yeah.
The
He
ref
got a
too.
yellow card.
Yeah, it was
That was
screaming at the
ridiculous.
It was really
referee.
And that
dangerous.
was ridiculous.
His explanation
Yeah.
afterwards, he
Yeah,
said
you heard
that
it.
he wasn't complaining about the handball, but that he shouldn't have gotten a yellow card because he didn't mean to score with his hand. It just
He also said that oh, it hit my side.
Yeah.
He goes that maybe it hit my hand. He goes the adrenaline was going crazy.
Yeah.
He goes as a boy, of course you want to score at the San Siro.
Yeah.
So everything started rushing at me. But yo, come on, it completely hit his head. This guy looks so uneducated that he's running around, going crazy, dancing, and then they look at the VAR. It was one of the
The
most
thing that
blatant
got me mad
handballs.
that he was screaming at the
Yeah,
ref.
and he
That
was
got me
complaining. I
mad.
was like,
That got me mad.
Come on, and you're the captain of the team, the leader
I
of the
know
team,
exactly.
and you're doing
What
that.
example do you show?
Good call.
Listen, before we go too far ahead, I don't think we spend enough time to praise Pellegrini, this kid here that in Roma. Oh my, I was so impressed with him.
We passed.
No,
that
the
game 4
back heel.
games
The back
ago.
heel is the list of the thing. I mean, he got the ball over there. He just pushed the ball with his back, with the back heel.
You
That's
want to
fine.
hear something that will get you
But
mad?
this guy here in Italian national team, nowhere else
He's
I
young,
see him
he's
play.
young. He's a
But I
95.
think Gaetano, do you think he's
yeah.
got margin to grow, this kid here? I mean, it's unbelievable. He played like an animal. He was all over the places, and he made an
Yeah, he didn't
excellent decision
He
for.
didn't impress me in the national team.
I think he's an average player.
Mike doesn't
said
like
before.
him. Mike came when he was coming in. Mike's like, "This is not a good move."
I think it could be. This could be a breakthrough for the
I don't
Italian
think he's a
national
role
team.
player. For Sassuolo, he was good, but he didn't never impress me. Whatever. He
I
just
think
won't-
he's good.
I,
I
don't
like
think he's
him.
that good.
I like him.
Definitely
I like
not
him
for
at
that
Roma.
duty either.
He's 21 years old.
He's very
I
average.
agree with you. He could grow.
He could grow.
He's 21.
Yeah,
Right
right
now,
now,
he's
Gaetano.
21.
Yeah, we
Gaetano,
hoping-
right now, what do you think?
He's
Is he-
perfect for Roma.
No, right now he's
Yeah.
not a national
not
team
ready.
player.
That's
But
what
he's
I'm
perfect
saying.
at Roma.
No, he's
Come on,
not.
he's
No, he's
perfect
not.
for
No, he's
Roma.
not poor, bro.
That's a
Roma
great
might-
place
for
to be.
Roma, it might be okay.
No.
I think he's
Definitely not
great.
for
But not for the
there.
national team.
I like him. I liked him a lot. I really enjoy watch this kid here playing, just going, making important decision every time there was handling the ball,
Just
passing
his
the
game,
ball.
but he's been
I,
the past
wanted to
he's
see if he can do it
criticized.
consistently. We
When
will
the past
see.
has been criticized because he
He's
hasn't
not
really
consistently. I agree. We have seen some moments
well,
from
that's-
him that
he's coming from Sassuolo with Di Francesco,
Yeah.
so I mean Di Francesco thinks highly of him.
Yeah,
Young
He also
player,
thought of De Frel too, and look where he's
Yeah.
at now.
oh shit.
but he scored.
So, who?
Yeah, he
The
scored.
Frel,
scored today.
Sampdoria.
He's at Sampdoria.
All right.
He couldn't make it at Roma.
All right.
Okay, whatever.
But
I don't want to say it like
I
that.
think that
but-
De Frel and Pellegrini are a little bit different.
Different.
And also
Yeah,
as,
okay,
as a
whatever.
striker over there. Even Sheik, you could say Sheik's. You know,
Why?
struggling.
Another good point. Why Schick was on the bench, Gaetano? Do you think that the loss that Roma had the week before or the 2 weeks before, he really did not impress Di Francesco and he benched the kid? He got a little bit too, ahead of himself.
You need to know what's going on in the practice. You need to watch the practice, what's going on in the locker room, what's going on
He's having a hard
during
time.
the week.
The most expensive
How
Roma
does the
player.
week go? So for us, staying on the outside is difficult.
I forgot about
I
him,
also
to be
think
honest.
the formation
Me too.
doesn't really
I swear I forgot about
help
him.
him. The formation that
No, it
Roma
doesn't.
plays at.
And he puts him on the right wing.
Yeah, he's
not a right winger. He's a
He's got to be
striker.
more striker.
If
but
you're
you
not going
have-
to play
you
him and
have-
Dzeko.
But
Yeah,
him and
you have
Jack are two
Dzeko there.
similar players.
Yeah,
so
but you
it's
have
very
Dzeko
hard.
there. Dzeko's a world-class player.
But the thing
I
is,
love him.
before you sign a player like this, like Michael just reminded us, the most expensive signing in the history, don't you think like maybe they talk, they say, listen, Di Francesco, he's a striker, maybe he tries him, I don't know.
I'm sure he's tried him. I mean, with Barcelona, remember he had him together with
That was
Dzeko,
good.
so
They
it all
played well.
depends on how you want to play. But look, all the other players he's
It's been a
got.
while now, though.
El
Maybe it's something
Shaarawy.
different. Maybe it's something we don't know.
Peter, let me ask you something. What do you think about Zico shouting at Al Shaarawy when he could have passed him the ball and when he took the shot and all the stuff?
You have to
That's a
hold
right
the other,
agree, yeah.
other players accountable.
I
You know,
agree.
if Dzeko's played on great teams before, with Manchester City, and
Yeah, because of that, but you do it publicly in front of
sometimes you get
Doesn't
heated
matter.
during a game. You
Ronaldo
remember
does that
he did
every other
before?
game, and no one says that.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, El Shaarawy was it got open a couple times. It was open a couple times. They decided not to pass the ball to him. This
happens.
is not teamwork. I'm sure Di Francesco.
During the game.
Listen to me. I'm sure when Di Francesco the game was over, he got both of them. I said, "Hey, you and you come into my room."
I don't think so.
Listen,
I'm telling you. I am telling you. This is the last thing that you wanted to show on the field.
I don't think it was a big deal.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think it was a big deal. I mean, we saw it in other games too.
It's a regular thing. Nothing
Listen,
crazy.
Listen, things
You
happen
just get aggravated on the
between your
field.
teammates. As long as
Yeah.
you nip
Yeah,
it in the
exactly.
butt there and you start fresh the
Exactly.
next game, you're fine.
I agree. Let's go on. We got to talk about Marotta. After the match, there was a bomb that was thrown basically because of how crazy this was. We didn't expect it after the match. He announced that he's departing ways with Juventus. He's the CEO, obviously, now. It has since been, in other interviews, at first, no one knew what was happening. He's been rumored to be getting the job as Fiji chief president, as the president of the Italian Federation. They were talking about that a lot. And they asked him, he said no. And since there's been said that there's been disagreements with Agnelli and the vision where Juventus want to take it, just to say what some people are saying, what Gazzetta says, Marotta is 61, 62 now, and apparently Agnelli wants a CEO that's able to bring in international revenue and is younger for the future. And Agnelli was quoted saying that the challenge that Marotta brought in 2010, and the whole team, is a much more difficult challenge than the challenge that Juventus are going to face right now in gaining that gap between Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Barcelona in terms of revenue. So there was this separation, and Paratici is expected to become higher up because of what he was able to do with the Ronaldo transfer. Thoughts?
I mean, I was shocked. I mean, this guy, he built the team. He had 2 finals in the Champions League, 7 Scudetto. And when he was nominated, when was last week, as the best manager in Europe, I think the timing, I understand what you're saying and maybe looking for it, but the timing, I questioned. Why do it in the beginning of the season or before the season starts or at the end of the season? So
I agree with you on that.
The Agnelli, they do not. They have this kind of history. They do not relinquish power to anybody. I mean, they wanted to be in charge and they want to micromanage everything. So this Marotta probably got a little bit ahead of himself, and they realized it that the radar. This guy was flying so high on the radar of the Italian Federation and some other
teams. They
other
say Napoli,
teams.
Roma,
So
Manchester United, Barca,
they probably
Milan.
sucked him. They said, "Hey, listen, you got too many distraction over here. So you should pack up your stuff and that's it. That's what they do." So
I definitely, he didn't deserve this treatment. I don't know what happened internally. Juventus is one of those teams that not much gets leaked out. Maybe it was another team we would have heard.
Never gonna find
some
out.
rumors.
Yeah, seriously.
So, I mean, Marotta, like Gaetano said, the past 7 years that he's been with Juventus, he's worked wonders, And now even the Ronaldo deals, even though he's not heavily involved with it, he's still the general manager, CEO of that deal.
Apparently, that was a big part of it. Was that Ronaldo
but
deal?
I don't know if I can say from outside looking in. I'm gonna say maybe it's something to do with the generational gap. He wants a younger guy in there, someone that maybe speaks more than one language, someone that has fresh ideas.
that is more familiar with the media, with all the
maybe
stuff.
something more technological.
He said all that,
So-
and they also. I mean, he even said that the guys that are still there, he said they're 40, 45, and he said that's not even young enough for what he wants. So he was calling Marotta. They said even the guys that are next, the 40, 45, he said these guys are not even young enough for what I'm really looking for. So he basically said that the hurdle that they faced in 2010 and for everything that Marotta brings is not the same hurdle that Juventus are going to face. But like you said, Marotta did incredible. I think coming from Sampdoria, Juventus wiped Sampdoria clean. They took everybody. They took the coaches, the directors, everybody. And Marotta was the one that stood out, obviously, the most. He got the most limelight. He signed players. He was the key behind. You say Ronaldo, Paratici was the key. This is a guy that also signed Pirlo for free. He signed Pogba for nothing.
Tevez.
Barzagli. He revitalized Barzagli, Vidal, Tevez, Llorente. I mean, you could go on for player. If you talk about a team that doesn't have money, because we always talk about this guy has more money, that guy's got more money. If there's a genius in this game that could do something with the least amount of budget, it's Marotta. For sure, for me, it's him. We made this team.
Did he win the Champions League with Juventus?
No.
That's the problem.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. You think only winning the Champions League is anyway? I don't want to get to that. Let me say this.
You guys gonna fight after camera?
We made an
Aye.
11 of signings that Marotta made. So Szczesny, Lichtsteiner, Bonucci, Barzagli, Alexandro, Pogba, Pirlo, Dybala, Tevez, Higuain, and Ronaldo. Total cost of this team, 308 million euros.
Given that Ronaldo,
Even with
cost-
Ronaldo and
yeah.
Higuain, that's 200 million. The average total of each player, it's an average that you spend 28 million, and we're leaving off Vidal, Dani Alves. I don't know. Everybody was commenting new names that you have to kick off because Mandzukic, like 12 million. But
Dani Alves was there too, right?
that's what I
Dani
said.
Alves,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What Marotta did was incredible, and I think wherever he goes next, he says he wants to be with a team. I hope he goes.
He said
to
a club level team.
I really hope he
Yeah.
goes to the Italian Federation because I think that we could use somebody like him.
What is he
he'd
going to
rather
do
go
for
to
the
a
Italian
club.
Federation?
The head of the Italian
Yeah,
Federation.
but what is he going to do
To
as a
help
head
lead
of the...
them-
Yeah,
the-
but Italy doing what? Win
To
some...
lead, to lead.
The lead.
Lead.
Okay, but lead on what? What is he going to do?
He's
He's
gonna
going to tell
naturalize,
Juventus, he's going to tell Juventus,
He's
for
gonna-
example,
yeah.
stop buying everybody from the rest of the world, use Italian kids. That's what he's going to try to do.
I wish he could do it, but I don't think he's. I
But
don't know
what
if
is he
he's
going to... I'm
gonna.
asking
Maybe
you,
he
what is he going to
He's
do?
gonna go around.
know.
He's gonna go
I don't
around the world,
Nothing.
get someone that
Look how
has
many
5%
people-
Italian in them,
But
like
listen,
Messi, and
all
bring them
the
to that
people that
Zurich.
you named over
And that's
there,
how they're gonna win
none
the
of
World
them
Cup.
is Italian. None. Zero.
Pirlo.
Listen,
Bonucci,
if
Barzagli.
Marotta was at the time Messi didn't pick Argentina,
Pirlo.
he probably would have played for that Zurich. That's how convincing he
Chiellini,
is.
he didn't sign Chiellini, but
Yeah, 'cause
there's
he
also
was there for a
Perin.
while.
I
know
mean,
that.
but I think that the biggest question is we've seen it. Let's just name them: Del Piero, Buffon, Marchisio, and I'm probably just forgot somebody. And now it's Marotta.
They've been sucked.
It's-
They've been
it's-
trashed.
It seems like, and
Trashed.
we've said this in the summer when what happened with Buffon. To me, there's an ego with Agnelli that he doesn't want anybody to be too much higher than him. And once that happens, or I could be wrong, and it could just be that these players were at that cycle where Agnelli wasn't happy anymore. And he said before, what's the saying? You're always the superhero until you turn yourself until you live long enough
Yeah, to become the
to
villain.
become the
Yeah.
villain. So that you keep that player for so long, and then he ends up becoming a harm to your team rather than a
Exactly.
good. And this Juventus is trying to break everything. They're going through a whole management. There's going to be a lot of different directors that leave them really soon. They're revamping everything. It's sad for Marotta, but I think he's going to easily find another team.
So
Yeah,
here's a
for
question:
sure.
Do you think the whole Marotta sacking is that gonna influence anything on the soccer field, player
In terms
wise?
of what?
Do you think anything could
I think Juventus is too
ruffle
much of
feathers or not
professionals.
really
Nah.
change much?
I think Allegri
players
just
are
fits
outside.
Peter. Allegri fits perfectly the Agnelli situation. In other words, when it comes down to a Rasta player or just a bench a player, he says just teach them a lesson, just do what you gotta do. Don't ask-
I think Allegri is so smart, and things like that. He's there. His only mission is to win games. He doesn't care how he does it. He doesn't care if it doesn't look pretty. He is very smart. He knows how to handle. He's got 20 players, one better than the other, and he knows how to handle the superstars. And he gets the best out of his players. Whatever his style is, listen, it works.
There was something I was going to add on to that, but I don't remember at this point. Oh, I think that also the key is what you said. It's you either do it before season or you do it after.
Yeah.
And it's extremely strange to not let him live out that Champions League dream that he was brought in to do in a year that Juventus looked the best in the Champions League. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
Or you do it after the Christmas party.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Maybe he'll come out with a
you let the
book.
season finish and
Yeah,
then you announce it.
I agree.
Right?
Come
So
out like with a book
it's
like
the
Totti.
Agnelli, like he said, it's the
Go off on
Agnelli
people.
style. They did it with Del Piero. They announced his retirement
Yeah.
Yeah,
before.
even.
at the beginning of the year.
Do you believe that Allegri in his press conference, he's like, oh, I didn't even know until right now?
Gaetano, let
He
me
didn't
ask you.
hear about
Gaetano, let me ask you something. Since you've been with the Juventus for a bunch of years, do you think that
You're gonna get him in
Nedved
trouble.
has any effect on the Agnelli?
We were talking about this before. I think that the personality of Nedved is somebody who's not up front. He stays in the back. He watches the game. He probably at halftime he goes down to the locker room. He, talks to Allegri.
He talks to him about what? About the game, or what the Agnelli wants to see on the field?
But he stays next to Agnelli and they watch the game, and he probably, when Agnelli has a question or a tactical question or a technical question, well, he's got one of the best players that played the game in Europe, and he can give him a...
So it's like a lapdog of Agnelli, this guy here. Right? That's what it is.
And the personality...
That's Antonio's way of explaining it, and Gaetano's way of explaining it.
He's got the personality, I think, that fits Agnelli. Hey, you stay there, you stay in the background.
Don't say anything. Just say yes, yes, sir, all the time. That's it.
You go to the locker room if you have to go, and that's it.
Funnily enough, they say that Marotta has been sent off because he's not aggressive enough. They said that he likes Paratici because he was aggressive in trying to sign Ronaldo and that stuff. But whatever, I think we talked about it enough.
But if you're the best manager in Europe, I mean, you did something right.
I think that he should have just not been CEO, which probably doesn't bring the revenue in, but he could have stayed on to sign the players, which Marotta seems like he does best to sign the players. Whatever. I guess we'll try to find out, but like Peter said, we usually don't get many answers unless they write a book.
Well, let's Peter, a question that I wanted to know what do you think about this? Why they didn't reassign him to a different position? Why they sacked him? They for somebody of that caliber to be sacked, something is wrong. It's totally wrong.
Well, it could also be him himself. You're CEO of the company, and now you gotta get a lower
and
thing.
He's like, forget it. I don't want to do this.
Thank you for the opportunity, but I'd rather go to
So
another
you think
club.
they might? It probably was
the guy is the manager of the year for Europe. You don't tell him. There's gonna be another club looking for him. I think also he might be ambitious enough to look for those key small figured signings and be able to bring another team up.
Listen, Milano is calling.
Yeah.
So, both of you should be happy.
They say Inter, Roma.
No, I'm actually here in Barcelona.
Yeah, I heard
We're
Barcelona.
very happy with
Barcelona.
Leonardo. Well, Leonardo, I think is going to do a good job.
Yeah,
Maldini.
Milan. I haven't heard Milan.
No.
I don't think Milan would really fit him. What do we want to go to next?
Parma, man.
What topic will we on?
Parma.
Gervinho, another goal.
Gervinho.
Gervinho's a beast. There's
What a
nothing
goal,
else
man.
about it.
Ridiculous.
He's amazing.
Ridiculous. 3 goals in 6 games.
And Gervinho, I was watching the replay of his stuff. I almost stumbled on the ball before he got to score the goal.
He was playing with an
That
injury
fast.
too. He's playing with an injury.
Hey, he's a bullet. It's like unbelievable.
He said
He's
he-
shooting from a gun. The guy's he's gone without
already
even
there.
anybody seeing this guy.
He's a great
It's
player.
unbelievable.
He said he loves Italy because
Yeah.
he just loves it.
I wish I could see his face one of those days. He's got this.
Yeah, all
thing
of that,
over
that
there.
thing.
Yeah, he has a bandana thing,
Be
right?
careful, he
Bandana.
follows us. So
Oh, hey, Gervinho. Oh, nice thing about you, okay?
Listen, we
Come on,
love
come on,
Yeah.
Listen, we love you. So.
I'll call Gattuso. Maybe we can use bullets over there too once in a while.
He actually has a culture shirt, by the way.
He does?
Yeah,
Gervinho,
yeah.
good.
and he posted about it too. It was
Good,
he didn't
good.
have to, but
Aye.
he got it. And he
What do you mean he didn't have to? Of course he has to.
No, you don't have to, but that
Yeah.
was
We sent it as a gift.
I-
Hey, we all love Gervinho, so
We
what's
do.
wrong
No, we
with
do.
that?
No, listen, you were saying the right things before you even knew.
Okay.
You did.
That's
You
true.
said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Champions League, right? We'll talk about the upcoming matches in the Champions League.
Oh,
Absolutely.
boy.
Absolutely.
Juventus today, if you're listening, Juventus against Young Boys is the earlier match. To be honest, Ronaldo's out. I think they're playing Dybala, Bernardeschi, and Mandzukic up top. He's also putting Benatia, Barzagli, and Bonucci in the back.
Sounds like a Coppa Italia match, right, guys?
Jeez.
They better play the series because I can see this going south.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, the team is weird. I mean, I
That's
haven't seen
it. It's
Benatia
very
play.
strange, yeah.
Young Boys, I don't know what to expect from them. They didn't look good against Manchester
They got
United.
nothing. They got nothing.
Bambini over there.
Yeah, young boys. Yeah,
And-
you know what young
and old-
boys?
young
What does it
boys
mean?
and
What does it
old-
mean?
Young boys and old lady.
Yeah, oh
That's
boy,
right.
you're right.
Watch
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you never know. Champions League, and also Juve are playing in Torino too. I'll just make that little note. Roma play Victoria Pilsern. Again, a team that does anybody know anything about them?
They
I think
lost to
the
Man U,
Napoli,
right?
the Napoli
Man
game
U.
is the most
Yeah, the
exciting
Champions
game.
League.
That's it, bro.
Wait, who am I thinking of? Oh, my bad. I was thinking of Young Boys still.
Yeah, they
Sorry.
played in Moscow. I don't even remember
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
I want to see Napoli-Liverpool. That's the most exciting
Okay.
game.
Then Napoli-Liverpool is gonna be
This is Tuesday or Wednesday?
This is Wednesday.
Oh.
It's at 3:00. What do you think? Napoli's at home.
I might have to cancel work on Wednesday. I'm gonna get sick.
And
I'm already starting to feel
and
sick right now.
And PSV Inter at the same time. We need 2 TVs.
Yeah.
We got two teams.
PSV is not a great challenge for Inter. Come on, PSV.
I don't know. No, they're not bad.
Yeah,
They're
they
Dutch
got-
champions, I think, or second place.
Listen,
They're playing
Champions
when
League.
you play the
Every
Dutch,
player.
it's always a tough game.
Exactly.
But with Lautaro Martinez that they have,
And
come on.
Icardi.
Lautaro
Icardi.
Martinez, you think he can play with
Icardi.
Icardi?
Yes,
together?
he can. Vandanara, Icardi. Everybody.
Is it Vanda?
Vandanara. Vandanara.
I think Icardi and Lautaro are really the two similar players.
They are
They're
similar.
goal poachers. Lautaro Martinez looks like he can come back and get the ball. So maybe but you have to play like a 4-4-2. You can't really do anything else. I don't think.
And they
he
don't
can
play
be-
that formation
He can't play as a
either.
trequartista.
You
It's
guys
fine.
play
He
home,
doesn't have to
Peter?
start.
You playing home?
No.
We play away.
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 Or maybe 4-4-1-1.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're both.
They're not gonna both
They're
start
too
right
similar.
now.
Yeah.
Lautaro,
I
Lautaro
think he
slightly
needs
behind
to.
Icardi, you mean,
That's
right?
what you would have to play slightly behind.
But
But
that Nangolan kind of plays over there.
Yeah,
now,
that's
too.
why he's
I
not-
wouldn't. I
yeah,
wouldn't
he's
even
not.
do it.
yeah, but I think he'll be fine to start some games and then
Yeah.
come in
Yeah.
20
Like he
minutes, give
did.
Icardi a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
so that way he's fresh.
It's
Last
better like
year,
that.
Icardi was the only
Yeah.
striker we had
Mm-hmm.
up top.
Gaetano, what would you go
Figure it
for?
out, that's it.
Gaetano, excuse me, Peter. What would you go with a 4-4-1-1? Why?
No, I was asking him if I don't know this Lautaro Martinez. I don't know him that well. If he could play together with Icardi, they say that they can play together.
Mm.
So I was just thinking.
So, Peter, what do you think the formation is going to be?
I think you
Same
got to
thing.
keep the same thing that you played in versus Tottenham. 4-2-3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, that's the formation of Spalletti.
The two midfielder been who?
Well, it's going to be Vecino and Brozovic.
What about
Brozovic is
Nangolan?
regista.
Nangolan is part of the
Nangolan's
three?
part of the three. He's up top.
Ah.
Perisic is on one side. We'll see if he confirms Politano and Icardi up top.
So wait a moment. The two on the back is the 4-2. Is that Vecino?
Brozovic and Vecino. Those are the two guys.
You're
I think I would put Nangolan more on the back and Brozovic
Well,
up front.
Spalletti keeps Nangolan close to the goal. So
Okay.
Let's do the predictions. I know this guy. He likes to
Gaetano
get
has
his
it ready.
predictions right, and then he likes to text us that he got them all
But he
right.
changes
And he
it
likes to
sometimes,
brag
so we gotta
about
be
it, right?
careful.
Then he likes to
guys,
brag
By
about
the
it.
way, if you betting on the games, don't go by what I say because
wants all the
I
Just go to what I say.
I never win anything.
Go.
Alright.
Well, go through the games and we'll do it real
Okay,
quick.
so Torino Frosinone. If you want Torino to win, it's a 1.
Okay.
If you want Frosinone, it's a
Yes.
2. And X if you think they're gonna tie. Peter,
One.
Torino Frosinone 1. Marco
1.
Torino Frosinone. Antonio.
1. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll give it to
Mike?
them.
I'm going with an X on this one, guys.
X, and I go with 1.
Next.
Cagliari Bologna. Antonio.
I will go to 1.
Tie.
Mike.
Tie.
I put 1.
What about Peter?
Peter.
1.
See? Peter, we're good.
Marco.
Just listen to us.
Tie.
Just listen to us.
Cagliari Bologna tie. Okay. Udinese Juventus. Let's start with Marco.
2.
2.
You said that a little quick.
Wow.
Antonio.
X.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
He always
Peter.
does it.
2.
Jesus, Peter.
Mike.
Away.
2.
Jesus, Peter.
And me,
Gaetano, what are you
Udinese Juventus.
Put an X.
Mm.
Put an X, man.
I think it's gonna be. I think Udinese is gonna do well, but I
Put 1.
I put 2.
Oh, wow. Udinese is going to do well. He put 2. Wow, imagine if.
But they don't do well.
Oh, boy. This guy is very
Empoli, Roma.
unpredictable.
Empoli Roma 2 for me.
Yeah.
Mike.
2. Forza Roma.
Antonio.
X.
Marco.
I think you just do it just to be
No,
different.
but Roma is
2,
inconsistent.
2.
Inconsistent.
Peter.
2.
Empoli tied AC Milan.
Genoa Parma. Mike.
Ooh, Genoa Parma. Oh boy. Oh,
Piontek is gonna
Piontek
score.
is there.
The
Yeah.
odds should be
I
on
say
it.
X.
Is
I say
Piontek
X on
gonna
that
score?
one. That's gonna be a good one.
I say X too.
I say 2-2 on that one.
And Marco,
Score. Yeah, same thing. I say tie.
tie.
Everyone's copying.
Antonio,
2.
you go for Parma.
Yeah.
Jorginho, you go
Yeah,
for
Gervinho.
Gervinho.
One.
Gervinho, you
One.
see?
Genoa
it
at
one?
home. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Piontek.
Atalanta Sampdoria.
Ooh,
Mike.
that's a good
Oh
game.
my! Atalanta Sampdoria.
That's a good game.
I need 20 minutes for this one.
1.
I say Atalanta's gonna win just because they lost against Fiorentina, so they need a win. Atalanta won. right?
Okay, I say a tie.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I say 1.
Antonio,
1.
Marco,
I go with Antonio 1.
Oh.
Peter.
X.
Okay, Lazio Fiorentina.
That's another
Oh
good
my
game.
gosh.
1.
This is a good game.
1.
Marco,
Tie.
Antonio,
1.
Mike.
1.
I say 1 also.
Peter.
Peter.
2. I like Fiorentina.
Che bello.
I like it.
AC Milan Chievo.
3. It's 1 for me.
Antonio, of course. Mike,
1.
me 1. Marco,
X.
Oh boy.
Peter.
1.
Wow. Good. Thank you,
Chiaro.
Pete. Thanks. It means a lot for me. It means a lot to me.
You gotta not take
Napoli, Napoli Sassuolo. Peter.
1. Gotta get back.
Marco,
Mhm.
Napoli Sassuolo.
1. 1.5.
Antonio,
X.
Mike,
1. Antonio's asking for.
and I put 1.
All right.
Spal, last game. Spal Inter.
Can I just make a prediction? Everyone's gonna have the same thing except Antonio.
Spal Inter. Go ahead. Go ahead. You never know. I'll be the last one.
Spal Inter. Mike.
Spal Inter. Come on, Inter.
2.
2. Yeah.
Antonio.
X.
I
Marco.
2.
Peter
2.
is 2.
Gaetano.
And me is 2.
Grande.
Champions League?
Do we do Champions League?
You want to take a picture?
Yeah.
No, do Champions League.
Because
Do
then
Champions
you
League.
come here and you change things
I
around.
don't do that.
Do
I'm an
Champions
honest
League. Do
person.
Champions League.
Plus, we are live. Everybody knows.
Juventus Young Boys at Torino.
Okay,
Who's
1.
We should do scores for this, but whatever.
Let's do scores. Let's see how many scores.
This is
Okay,
different.
boys, right.
Peter,
1. At home.
Marco,
1.
Antonio,
1.
Mike.
This is gonna be a tough one, but it's gonna be a 1.
Okay, and 1. Roma Victoria.
1.
I don't know what to expect.
Victoria or Vittoria?
Antonio,
1. They're playing
Mike.
in Rome, right?
1-1.
They're playing in
Yeah.
Rome.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
playing in Rome.
Okay, 1.
1.
I say 1 for good luck.
Okay. There's a lot of ones in this Champions League. PSV Inter.
This is a tough
Uh,
one, boys.
Peter.
It's gonna be tougher than we
2.
think.
It's a big game. You gotta win
It's
this.
a tough one.
Marco,
2.
Antonio,
1.
Whoa,
Oh
come on.
my
Whoa, whoa,
god!
whoa, whoa.
Oh my
Mike.
god! 2.
and
You say
X.
it's high. And
Gaetano
so
put
you-
X.
Wait, what?
That's
Gaetano,
nobody.
Napoli, Napoli, Liverpool.
Oh my God, this is tough.
I wanna cry.
In Naples.
Cry myself to sleep.
I wish Ancelotti could send a message to Klopp. I can't stand this guy. I
I
don't
know.
1.
like him at all.
Yeah, but he's
I don't
One.
like him. I think he's overrated.
Liverpool is too strong.
1.
I know. I know. What do you
Hello? 1.
You said like 4 times.
Sorry,
say? What are you going with 2?
1.
sorry.
Special 1?
Mike,
I want to go with X on this one.
Aye.
Marco, come on.
He's going to say 2. Come on.
Be confident.
and
I'm waiting. I wish Klopp would have won.
Peter,
I gotta say X. Napoli at home. Come on.
That's why I'm going with B.
Marco,
I say 2.
Unbelievable.
So-
Disgraceful.
I
Get off
wish
this
not.
channel.
and for good luck.
Put 1.
Come
I
on,
would like-
Gaetano. Come on,
One.
Gaetano. I believe in you,
I would like to put
You're
one.
going to
but
see
it's gonna-
Insigne when he doesn't play for the Italian national team, he
it's
scores.
It's
So.
going to be an X, but I put
Excellent.
1 for good
Oh.
luck.
Oh, grande Gaetano, my favorite.
We're not even going to mess with Europa League or no?
I don't have the games
Milan-
here.
No, of course you're going to mess with it. Yeah, put it on.
Milan Betis.
Put it
Milan
on.
Betis.
I don't have it here.
No,
Milan and
Milan
Rome.
Olympiacos.
No, it's not.
Olympiacos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Milan Olympiacos.
1.
1.
Olympiacos lost over this weekend to PAOK. I think it's going to be a tie.
Where they playing?
Milan.
They're playing in Milan.
I got it.
I say X on that one.
So Peter,
X.
Marco,
1. and I'm hopeful.
Antonio.
One, of course. I saw it. I told
Mike?
you.
X.
Mike, what are you putting X?
I don't know
Because
anything
Olympiacos
about
is from,
Olympiacos.
I
How they
follow
doing?
they're very inconsistent. They're like third or fourth in the league.
Okay.
Not doing like
One.
One.
Okay, last game is Eintracht Frankfurt against Lazio.
Eintracht Frankfurt.
How's that pronunciation?
That's perfect.
But they played in. They're not playing in
No,
Rome.
in Germany. I think this is Germany.
How they doing so far, Eintracht?
I'll check it real quick. You think I know off the top of my head?
So show.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna go with Lazio too.
Antonio.
Let me see
They're
what
in 11th place.
Oh,
But they beat Marseille.
Yeah, they did. They won in Champions League.
Oh
I
crap! I
put
forgot
two.
about
I
that.
mean, I put two definitely.
Marco.
Yeah, 2. Lazio.
Peter.
2.
Good on that.
Okay, and I put X.
Aye.
Oh my God, Gaetano.
Jesus, Gaetano.
Jesus.
That's
brutal.
Guys, we all good? Last thing,
Is that
I think we
everyone?
hit the Premier League.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Real
Oh, let's
quick.
talk about Mourinho.
Yes, yeah, we got you.
Oh
We got
my
you.
Oh
God.
boy, my
Before-
boy.
Before
My
we
boy.
talk about Mourinho, because obviously
Taking a picture.
we adopted him as Italian. Guys, by the way, they take pictures because whoever comes here first tries to come here and X out and
They
change
rewrite the whole
score.
thing. Antonio, the last time we came here 4 in the morning, this guy was rewriting the whole script.
Oh, me?
You. By the way, comment down below who you would put your money on out of all of our picks. Who would you choose? Who do you think is going to get the most rights? Anyway, real quick, Liverpool, Chelsea 1-1. Sarri in his first year, it was his first time that he didn't win a match for the Premier League.
The second time.
Second time.
2 ties.
Excuse me. I was disappointed because they held out for so long. Hazard has been unbelievable. We were watching both games because it was on at the same time. Hazard is incredible. And I know that Liverpool started building their way into this, but for me, Saudi, it's a great tie. You know, Liverpool's one of the best teams.
Oh,
Chelsea's
stop
new.
Liverpool.
Come on, I know they were playing at home, and people were saying that Liverpool played better, but I thought that was great. And also Zola, his assistant coach, said, "I thought I knew football, and then I met Maurizio Sarri." Says a lot, no?
What do you think about that, Antonio? You always criticize
I
him.
know, I love Zola, but I don't like
Sarri.
Sarri.
No, Sarri.
No,
Yeah,
I
he
don't like.
said that
I
about-
mean, listen. It's not I don't like Sarri's style. I just don't like what he did with Napoli and his personality and his style of dealing with the ownership. I really
Oh, he's dealing with
the
De
same way
Laurentiis.
I never liked Spalletti for the way he treated Totti. I don't like Sarri the way he treated the Laurentiis.
Let's talk about somebody you do like Mourinho.
Oh my goodness, he's my favorite. He's my favorite coach.
3-1
this guy
loss
here.
to West Ham.
He's the best at ruining the career of the best player in Europe.
Guys, Felipe Anderson scored a
bike heel,
Yeah,
back heel.
flip.
I
not
saw that.
flip,
Back heel.
back heel goal against
Wow.
Mourinho.
Ah, you
I was like
that, huh?
Christmas
I
tree
love
under
it.
your eyes.
I love it.
I've never seen Mourinho's face like that in my life. I've never seen anything like it.
He's going through rough times.
Very
I
rough
think.
times.
Rough is you're being generous with
Very
that word.
generous.
But listen,
Yeah.
when you don't have the backing of the player that
Yeah,
you're
that's what I think it
coaching,
is.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, why are you waiting for somebody to fire you?
You're getting
Why
paid?
don't you pack up your
'Cause you're
bag and
getting
go? Pack up your bag
That's
and
his
go.
job.
Did you already say?
What?
Making money. That's his job.
He's making. Oh, I see. Because if he does that, and then
He
they
doesn't
stop,
get paid.
he doesn't get paid. Oh, smart. I love it. Very smart. I didn't think about it. I didn't think
He had a
about it.
feud with Pogba, and he said that Pogba is never going to be the Manchester United captain again. And he said that nobody at Manchester United, no one player is bigger than the club. It was, I've never seen something like that, especially with Manchester United. Manchester United used to be a team. I mean, I never loved them in the past because they used to always win. But now I hope Mourinho stays, though. I really hope so that
Marco, say why
Pogba-
your gritty ways.
Pogba can come to Juventus in January. That's why.
Gaetano, do you think that Ferguson is being shut out from this conversation from what to do
No,
with the
no,
team and
health
things like that?
No, he still
I know,
has
but
the-
doesn't he have something
still
to say
has
to
the
the
input.
ownership?
He went to the
Oh,
game.
he's
He
close
went to
friends with
one of the
Mourinho,
games.
actually.
He is?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how do you think they
boy.
signed him?
Yeah, but he's part of the board members. He has the input
Sure.
on what's going on with Manchester United.
Is Zidane going to go there next? Who's going to leave first, guys? Mourinho or Pogba? What's going to happen first?
I would say Mourinho is going to leave first. They
I-
spend too much money for Pogba. They don't want to. They don't want to.
But also, I hope that Mourinho will leave before the player because Pogba is a fantastic player.
Absolutely.
It's kind of Inter had the same issue in 2002, and Moratti chose the wrong person. It was Cooper versus Ronaldo, and he let Ronaldo go to Real Madrid, and Cooper lasted maybe another season, and that's it.
Mm.
What do you guys think Mourinho's going to do after this?
Oh my
Maybe he
God.
could pack a job at Spal.
No,
or
maybe
something.
Mourinho
He's
can just
gonna go to Ibiza and join the
With Borriello, right?
yeah, with
Borriello.
Borriello. Oh yeah.
Berlusconi's gonna sign him for Monza.
Oh yeah.
No.
Mm.
Well, I think
kidding.
he could take a year off like Guardiola did. Guardiola took a nice year off. He was living in New York.
Yeah.
And with
My friend
Ancelotti
actually
did too,
was
right?
working in the Spanish restaurant. He would go
my
every
God.
week.
Get out of
Peter,
here.
what about coaching the Portuguese national team? They have a great coach. They have a
He
great
wants,
coach.
they've signed Fernando Santos.
Yeah, they
Mourinho actually said he wants to do it later on, not now, which is, you know.
Why? Because he's too young or too smart for that?
I
It's
don't
too
know.
young. It's a different job.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
you coach a national team and when you
You
coach
do when
a
you're
team.
older.
The club team is day to day.
But he hasn't
National team
done
is-
well in Europe for several years. This guy here now. Now he's been
Yeah. So
he
maybe
has
he
done
needs-
nothing but spending
maybe-
money.
No,
on,
he won the
spending money
Europa
that
League,
he
no?
didn't. You
They
know.
won the Europa League. With
No,
Manchester United. Yeah,
he
2
didn't-
seasons ago.
What are
2
you
years
talking
ago.
about?
they
No,
did
no,
win
no,
Europa
no.
League.
They
They won
did.
Europa
They
League.
did.
But come on, we're talking about Europa League for Manchester United.
talking about Portugal.
No,
No,
we're talking
Mourinho.
about Manchester United for Mourinho.
What are you talking about?
Viene de Copa UEFA.
No, Europa League.
Europa
The thing that's
Copa
Milan's
UEFA,
right now.
yes, Europa
So
League.
that doesn't mean anything.
Well, yeah, well, it's something. It's not nothing. It's something.
Come on. Manchester United, you don't.
I'm just saying
but
they were
the
in the
thing is,
competition. They won it.
Manchester United hasn't been prominent in a long time.
Exactly.
David
They-
Moyes was the before.
They
him,
haven't
and
won La
are-
Liga in so many years right now.
Yeah.
I mean La Liga, the English Premier League. I mean, this Mourinho's been all over the place. La Liga, everywhere. Inter. I mean, everywhere he goes, this guy here.
Don't throw his name around like that, with Inter, right?
He's a saint.
Now they got somebody that resembles him a little bit. So, so anyway, this Mourinho is getting my friend Ryan very upset too. So it's time for him to go.
Guys, let's move on to a final thing. Just gonna ask
Any
one or
question?
two questions.
Any
yeah,
question?
from the
Okay.
fans over
Oh, boy.
here. I'll start off with a fun one. Who's gonna be the first coach that's gonna be sacked? Only from a couple. Not everyone.
Where,
has
in
to say.
Italy?
In Italy, in the Serie A. I go with Pippo.
You go with who?
Pippo Inzaghi.
Oh, Pippo Inzaghi?
Yeah.
No.
What do you guys think?
Trying to
Minim. Go ahead.
I'll give you guys a minute.
I gotta say Frosinone's coach. I think they haven't really done.
But
much.
they scored
That's
one
not-
goal.
Yeah.
I think they scored the first goal on Sundays, right? On
Wow.
penalty.
Chievo Verona still has negative 1 point, right? They still have that deduction, and they I think they scored their first goal. So yeah, they're in the bottom of the table. But you guys figured out who you want to pick or no?
I think I mean except for Di Francesco and Gattuso, for me anybody can be
You
sacked.
think anyone just on the
No, and
bottom?
actually no. I take it back. No, I wish they sack Allegri. I will say even the Atalanta's coach is one of my favorites. So
Gasperini.
Gasperini.
Sacked.
No. I said
Oh.
aside from Gattuso, Gasperini, and
besides, bro.
Besides, okay.
anybody else, I don't care.
It's
Di Francesco,
one.
Gasperini, and Gattuso.
Agnelli's gonna get let go of Allegri.
I don't care. I mean, if he does, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not gonna lose
Impossible.
sleep over. I'll have a
Is it
party.
Zidane, maybe he's on.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Could be on the card. Zidane could be right there, waiting on the sideline. Hey, if this guy here screws up on the Champions League, he might go.
That's right.
Maybe.
Yeah, you be careful. You guys put too much, whipped cream. You put too much whipped cream on the glass over there. All right.
I go with the guy
Okay.
from Kiev.
It says that you
Chievo Verona?
everything is easy to
whipped
to swallow.
cream.
Whipped creams. Okay. At some point, you're gonna find something tough.
Oh, okay.
So who would you sack, Peter?
Okay,
Who would you
yeah.
sack?
Longo, the guy from Frosinone. They haven't really done much, and they're gonna be in relegation battle. So usually, what happens is they gotta make a change and someone
So they,
get the
to
players.
revive
Yeah.
the team. Oh.
Okay, one last question. It's pretty good. Which top team do you see Chiesa fitting into perfectly? What kind of, he's explosive winger. He's quick. He's 20 years old. What
Inter.
team?
Inter.
Inter.
Okay, everyone's
I'm
on the same
telling you.
boat. He's a good player.
If you
I can
put
see him.
him
I
on
can see him
Inter-
over there.
I'm telling
How are you gonna take out Icardi?
No,
Perisic.
no.
Or Perisic?
Either or Perisic, or they can take out
Politano.
even Cantreva too. He can
No,
play on
Candreva
both.
could leave.
He's already
Give him
out.
his bags.
Chiesa, I will say Roma.
Roma. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know if that would be a smart move.
Yeah, you take Schick out and you put Perisic. I mean,
Chiesa.
you put Chiesa next to Dzeko.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's it. Antonio, what do you have to do at the end of these podcasts? so
Well,
they can
you
do
know,
it?
guys, you just put the number 5 all the time. Keep pressing 5 stars all the time and forget about it. You know, we here for you. This is about
Make a
you.
few fake accounts, extra reviews.
No fake accounts. We're here for you. You know, this platform is about you guys. Whatever you wanted to just bring into the platform, just all you have to do is text us or email us. How many website we have? We have a
many?
Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter,
YouTube, Spotify. We got it all.
Yeah.
What? iTunes.
iTunes.
We got it all. So
Oh man.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Oh, forget
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Everything.
Is that for real MySpace? Okay. So
everything.
hey, have a wonderful time. We love you guys, and we love soccer, and we love Italian Serie A. All right. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
And guys,
Forza
Champions
Calcio.
League and Europa League this week. So wishing the best for the Serie A teams. Let's go.
IFTV, go.
IFTV, go.
Ciao, guys.
You guys both screamed IFTV.
Yes, sir.